Hey, what is up, everyone? Pastor JAMZ here, back with another review, and today we have the new debut studio album by Baby Keem, the Melodic Blue. This released just this past week, and really hyped up, turning a lot of heads. Baby Keem, 20-year-old singer-songwriter and rapper from Carson, California. Recently released some info that he's actually Kendrick Lamar's cousin. Shocker, and that's really interesting considering the fact he's been holding that information in, and I appreciate that a lot. He kind of goes to show that he doesn't want just a free ticket just because he's Kendrick's cousin, one of the biggest, if not the biggest rapper to date. But anyways, besides the fact, making his big debut back in 2018 with an EP. 2019, he released a mixtape that turned a lot of heads, and now he is here with his official release of a studio album, The Melodic Blue. 54 minutes and 16 tracks. The Melodic Blue is quite interesting to say nonetheless. Um, I didn't really know what to expect from Baby Keem, but there's a variety of sounds that he does throughout the whole album. Right off the bat, you have a whole glimpse of like trap drums that are constant throughout the album that are kind of average, but there are little nuances here and there that do provide like a little new fresh taste of the rap type, like modern rap, like what like the upcoming rappers are starting to do now, and make their own sound and kind of differentiate themselves from other rappers. And that's what I was looking more for in this album. What is he bringing to the table? How is he going to keep himself original and continue to push himself to become greater? But I mean, yeah, he does a great job of keeping himself composed. It doesn't sound like he like tries to rush anything or get ahead of himself. Um, has like this, baby type voice, but it's not to the point where it's annoying, and you can actually understand him, like unlike other mumble rappers who tend to do this type of voice. It's actually kind of like energizing and hype. However, I'll get to like another thing that he tends to do with his vocals later on in this review, but there's another sense of like energetic throughout the whole album. He kind of tends to work well with his features. Another thing I like a lot is he didn't overwhelm this album with crazy features or anything like that, or too many features. That's another issue that I see a lot. Um, he's not really trying to bank on another artist. That's what I'm trying to say. But there are some good, strong artists that are here on this album, and I like how they're more towards the end of the album, kind of giving Baby Keem the spotlight throughout the whole thing. And even when he does work with his features on this album, he's still, on par with them. The chemistry's great with Coca on Don Toliver. I think Don Toliver does a really great verse and matches Baby Keem's energy, kind of like this club type sense. um, to me, it seems like the most hype song on here, and the song that will probably get the most attention in, like, let's say the radio or something like that. I think that was really great. Of course, Kendrick Lamar is on here twice, on the song Range Brothers and Family Ties. Family Ties was a lead up single to this. Yeah, great as well. I also think that it's interesting how Kendrick kind of changes his flow and style to match the modern rap style that Baby Keem presents as well. You know, that's like amazing. Kendrick has been in the game for so long, and then Baby Keem, his cousin's coming along, is on his album and is kind of okay. How am I gonna match this guy's energy and not come off as too much of a two-sided coin? I think that's great that Baby Keem kind of pushes Kendrick also to kind of match on his level. Not saying that Baby Keem is above Kendrick. I'm just saying that this is a different style of rap, and Kendrick to take on the challenge of also presenting himself this way is really amazing. And then of course Durag Activity by the one with Travis Scott. That one is a banger as well. The only issue I only have two issues generically. Um, The track South Africa, the halfway point of this album, yeah, not feeling it at all. I understand it's trying to be more like a mild reggae club type thing, but at first it was going good, and then he kind of exaggerates his baby vocals way too much. Couldn't really fit in with it, and yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. And then towards the end, the things that he talks about the female genitalia is too much. Most of the hype songs on here, they almost all just talk about. There's quite like a 2 or 3 bars that mention female genitalia, and yeah, I guess in some rap songs, it's bearable, but when it's just constant, I mean, it does get a little annoying and repetitive. Like, okay, we get it. Um, but yeah, other than that, the other thing that I like to mention about the sound of the Melodic Blue is some of these tracks are actually like really deep, serious, and kind of, I would say, more like a melody type thing. They're more of like vocal tracks, more of like a reflection tracks for him. Like the track Issues, Lost Souls, and Scars and 16. I like how those 4 tracks are spread out throughout the album, because essentially this whole album just revolves around him. He's starting to get famous, and at such a young age, that takes a toll on a lot of artists. And I see how that's a constant trend, how they essentially do get depressed because of this, and they kind of have like a lot of weight on their shoulders. Not to seem that Baby Keem comes off as depressed or anything. It's clear that in these 4 tracks that are more toned down, not so much R&B, but a more of a vocal heavy songs with like these really string like, and then guitars and pianos. You even have like some drony synthesizers that are mixed throughout the whole tracks. Even on Boomin', it's more of like a Latin style sound. You have trumpets in the background throughout the whole song. I think he does great in trying to incorporate as much diversity in the sound as possible without becoming too wild. I guess you could say he kind of played it safe, and that's a good thing. Especially everyone's kind of focused on this debut album. But anyways, trying to end things off right here, I think he does a really good job at keeping himself together and not really getting ahead of himself. He knows where he needs to work more. He knows that he needs to just continue and grow. There's also like the tracks that I mentioned that are more serious and have like an important message to them. Apart from the really hype songs that are scattered and fill up this album, I like how throughout between the tracks there's pauses of like a serious moment where he tries to just get like he comes to reality and kind of brings himself out of this dream world that he is facing these issues and plans to continue just striving to be better and things of that nature. But yeah, I'm giving the Melodic Blue by Baby Keem a good 7. I think that is a great score for this album, because he's off to a great start. Like I said, like such a sound that kind of played itself safe, and he's trying to incorporate an original sound with the baby vocals, and has like these serious moments as well, incorporating different instrumentals and things of that nature with like an average trap beat. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think a 7 is a good score, and I think it's definitely worth a listen if you're trying to explore more of modern rappers out there. Anyways, that is the review. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe with a friend. Peace and stay safe.